Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's take a start with this test. Secrets of the swarm. Now, secrets you understand, but swarm can be difficult to understand. By the way, if you ever get a chance that you don't understand the title, then try to read the next paragraph, 1 to 2 lines, and you will be clear. For example, insects, birds, and fish tend to be the creatures that human feel furthest from. Unlike many mammals, they do not engage in human-like behavior. So now we understand they are going to talk about insects, birds, fish, and all that. Secrets of the swarm. And we will understand the word swarm as well. Swarm is basically a group of ants living together. That is what they call swarm. So many ants living together in that mud house, so we call it swarm. Now, let's go on. First of all, we will see the questions. And remember, type A and type B. Type A questions are where questions and answers are in order. And type B where they are not in order. Most of the time in part 1, you will get type A questions. Academic reading, part 1, you will get type A questions unless there is a list of headings or which paragraph contains the following information. Over there, questions and answers are not in order. So let's see. Questions are true, false, not given. Okay. Now, for true, false, not given, questions and answers are in order. We know that. Okay. And sometimes, and one more thing. Whenever you start section 1, first 5-6 questions, usually answers will start from the first paragraph onwards. Either they can be in first, second, third paragraph in the same order, or they usually start from first paragraph, okay? Now, question number 1. Commuters are often compared favorably with worker ants. Now listen, commuters are travelers. People who travel regularly, they are called commuters. Commuters are often compared favorably. Favorably means positively. Now underline the word favorably. This will decide the answer whether it is true, false, or not given. So they say travelers or commuters are often compared favorably with worker ants. Like travelers or commuters are like worker ants and we compare them favorably. Favorably means when you favor something, right? Now let's go back and we look for the word commuters. First paragraph. Found the word? Commuters. Okay, so the first thing is you scan the word. Once you find the word, then you go back to the last full stop. And from there, you are going to read the sentence. So I'm reading it from second line after the full stop. Found it? The way they swarm. Got it? The way they swarm or flock together. So swarm is a group of animals that are living together. Or flock together does not usually get good press coverage either. Marching like worker ants might be a common simile for city commuters, but it's damning, not positive image. Favorably, but it's damning, not positive image. So if it isn't positive, it means it is not favorable. When something is negative, it is not favorable. So the answer is false. Understand that? Favorably and damning and not positive image. So from there we understand that. Okay, let's go on. Question number 2. Some ants within a colony have leadership roles. Now look here. Some ants within a colony. Ants live in a colony, group of ants, right? So some ants have leadership role. Now listen. If some ants have leadership roles, answer is true. If ants don't have leadership role, they are all working together, then the answer is false. And if they don't tell us whether some have leadership role or none has leadership role, then it is not given. Okay? Now let's look for leadership. Leadership or anything like that. What is the other word? Colony. Look for the word colony. Okay, second paragraph, second last line. Found it? And we go to the last full stop. So I'm reading it from second paragraph, second last line, last word. Ants are often Ants are not intelligent by themselves. Yet, as a colony, they make wise decisions. And as Golden discovered during her research, there is no one ant making decision or giving orders. Means no management role. They say here there is no one ant making decisions or giving orders. Now what's the question? Some ants within a colony have leadership role? No. None has leadership role. They are all working together. So the answer is? It is false. Not given is, listen, they said some ants within a colony have leadership role. In the passage they said none ant has any leadership role. Come back to the passage, read it again. There is no one ant making decision or giving order. Now listen, making decision and giving order is related to leadership role. So when they say there is no one ant making decision or giving orders means there is no ant in leadership role. So that is why the answer is going to be false. All right, let's go on. Question number 3. Forager ants, it's the type of ants. Whenever you come across these type of words, don't be curious about the meaning. Like what is the meaning of forager ants? Whatever, it's the type of ants, right? Forager ants tell each other how far away the food source is. Now listen, if forager ants tell each other how far away the food source is, it's true. If they tell something else, not this thing, then it is going to be false. And if they don't tell us what do they tell, then not given. So forager ants tell each other how far away the food source is. Forager ants, found it? Third paragraph. See that questions and answers go systematically. So third paragraph, I'm reading it from first line after the full stop. There's lots of food around today. Lots of ants should go out to collect it. Instead, some forager ants go out and as soon as they find food, they pick it up and come back to the nest. Right? And then they say at the entrance, they brush past reserve foragers, sending a go out signal. The faster the foragers come back, the more food there is, and the faster other foragers go out. Now come back to the question. Forager ants tell each other how far, distance of the food. Have they mentioned anything about distance of the food? How far food is? No. So the answer is not given. Listen, how far the food is. How far means it's at 5 feet, half kilometer, 500 meters, 1 meter and all that. They did not mention anything about how far away. Please come back. Come back. The forager ants go out. As soon as they find food, they pick it up and come back to the nest. At the entrance, they brush past reserve foragers, sending a go out signal. The faster the foragers come back, the more food there is. So how far the distance is not mentioned here. Clear? How far means kitni dur khana hai. So they didn't tell anything about it, okay? It is not given, absolutely, because of how far. They did not mention anything about the distance. Question number 4. Forager ants are able to react quickly to a dangerous situation. Again, clue word is forager ants and dangerous situation. So we'll go back to the same part. Forager ant and dangerous situation. Third paragraph, third last line. And if something goes wrong, found it? Third paragraph, third last line, if something goes wrong. What does that mean? Dangerous situation. If something goes wrong, a hungry lizard prowling around for an ant snack, for instance, then a rush of ants returning without food sends waiting reserve a don't go out signal. Now go back and read the question. The question is forager ants are able to react quickly to a dangerous situation. It is true because they mentioned here, then a rush of ants returning without food. They come back without food, sends waiting reserves a don't go out signal. They say don't go out by chipkali aayi hui hai. Something like that, okay? So it's true. Question number 5, termite mounds. Now termite is what we call dimak, and termite mounds are just like small mud places where termite lives. It's the house of termite. Termite mounds can be damaged by the wind. Now listen, if termite mounds, mound is like a nest for termite. So if they can be damaged by wind, कि हवा उनको तोड़ सकती है, नुकसान पहुंचा सकती है, answer is true. If they cannot be damaged by wind, then the answer is false. And if they don't tell us the word damage or not damage, then the answer is not given. So let's go back. Termite mounds can be damaged by the wind. Look for the word termite. Termite, scan. Termite. Termite mound. Termite mound. Scan, scan quickly, quickly. Termite mound. Scan quickly. Come to the second page. Termite mound. Last paragraph, second line. Got it? Your scanning should be quick. Exactly. Quick scanning. Got it? Now, so locating the part of the passage where there is the answer is the main thing. When you don't manage your time, you waste your time in this thing. But once you reach the right part of the passage, then there'll be no problem. So let's read it from there. Termite mound. I'm reading it from second line. Miller compares. Found it? Miller compares a wiki website, for example, a termite mound. Indirect collaboration is the key principle behind information sharing websites, just as it underlies the complex constructions that termites build. Termites do not have an architect's blueprint or a grand construction schemes. They simply sense changes in their environment. As for example, when the mound's wall has been damaged, be careful now. Mound wall has been damaged, altering the circulation of air. Now, when the wall is damaged, it changes the circulation of air. So, is it the air that damages it? No, it's not the air which is damaging it. It's just that when the wall is damaged, then the circulation of air changes its way. They go to the site of a change and drop a grain of soil and all that. Now let's come back to the question. The question is, termite mounds can be damaged by the wind. It's not given. It's not given. Now let's see why not given. They only said about air that they see the circulation of air. Damage by wind or damage by any other source has not been mentioned. Source of damage is not mentioned. That is why the answer is not given. Okay, let's go on. Question number 6. Termites repair their mound without directly communicating with each other. They repair their mound is their nest. Okay, so termites repair their nest or mounds without directly communicating with each other. Let's see. We go back to the same part of the passage. They go to the site. Found it? Everyone? They go to the site of the change and drop a grain of soil. Mil gaya? Okay, let's read on. When the next termite finds that grain, they drop theirs too. Slowly, without any kind of direct decision making, a new wall is built. Without any kind of decision making, direct decision making, the wall is built. So what's the question? Termites repair their mounds without directly communicating. For without directly communicating, they use the word without any kind of direct decision making. Because decision making, communication is the part of decision making. When without decision making, it means without communication. So the answer is true. Termites repair their mounds without directly communicating with each other, and that means without any kind of direct decision making, a wall is built. Okay,